What if tonight, you fell asleep in your peaceful bedroom and woke up somewhere completely different? Not your room, not your city, not even your world. You were standing inside a giant medieval fantasy castle, surrounded by floating jelly beans and impossible architecture, and right next to you, your roommate still wearing his pajamas, equally confused. You look at him, he looks at you, and in that moment, you both realize, this is not your dream, this is a dream you are sharing together. Right now, every single night, your brain is running a private solo simulation. No other player can join, no one can see inside. Your mind is a sealed, offline console. And that is the way it has always been. But what if that changed? What if a neurological breakthrough, or maybe a freak accident of nature, suddenly connected all human minds into one giant, global, multiplayer dream network? What would happen to your relationships, your secrets, your fears? How would corporations turn your sleep into a product? And what happens when a nightmare virus breaks out of one person's sleeping mind and starts spreading through an entire city? This is what we are exploring today. Welcome to the world of multiplayer dreams. To understand how this would actually work, we need to look at what your brain is already doing every single night. During REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement, your cerebral cortex fires up like a Hollywood production studio. It generates full high-definition environments, characters, storylines, all from fragments of your memories and emotions. Your brain also paralyzes your body during this phase. That is not a bug. That is a feature. It stops you from physically acting out your dream, from punching walls, from running into traffic. So every night, you are already living inside a VR simulation, solo mode only. Now imagine, scientists crack the code. They discover that human brain waves can be synchronized over short distances through a form of electromagnetic field coupling. Think of it like Wi-Fi, but for consciousness. First tests are small, 2 people sleeping in the same room, sharing fragments of the same dream, a color here, a sound there, a vague sense that someone else is present in the space. Then the technology scales. Within a decade, sleep becomes a shared experience. You can dream with people, invite them, join their worlds, and suddenly, the most private experience a human being has becomes a social network. In the early days, it is beautiful. Couples sleeping side by side share warm, peaceful dreamscapes, walking through sun-drenched forests, dancing on impossible clouds, experiencing memories together that only one of them lived through. Students pull all-nighters inside shared dream libraries, where books float through the air and knowledge transfers directly through experience rather than reading. Long-distance friends who live in different countries fall asleep at the same time and hang out in custom-built dream lounges, playing physics-defying sports, watching movies that do not exist, building cities out of pure imagination. For the first time in human history, loneliness at night is gone. But here is where the paradise collapses. Because dreams are not video games, you do not have a controller, you do not have a pause button, you do not have a filter. In real life, you are a master of disguise. You wear a mask in the office. You wear a mask at family dinners. You smile when you are angry. You say, "I am fine," when you are not fine. Your subconscious has been watching, storing everything, every embarrassing memory, every irrational fear, every secret thought you have never said out loud. And in a shared dream, all of that gets rendered in real time in full 3D. Imagine dreaming with your boss after a rough week at work. You are trying to have a normal interaction, but your subconscious generates a giant 50-foot version of him with glowing red eyes and a thundering voice. Because deep down, you're terrified of him. Your boss sees it too. There is no explaining that away on Monday morning. Or imagine sharing a dream with your partner, and your brain involuntarily pulls up that embarrassing memory from 7th grade. The one where you tripped and fell face first in the school cafeteria while everyone watched. And now, your partner is watching too, in perfect high-definition replay. Privacy is not just reduced. It is gone. And then comes the worst part. Nightmares become contagious. If your dream partner has arachnophobia, Fear of spiders. Their subconscious will start generating spiders, not just a few, thousands, crawling across the shared dreamscape, into your side of the dream too. A single person having a full-blown night terror. The kind where your heart rate spikes and your body floods with cortisol. Could infect an entire apartment building's shared dream server. One person's panic becomes everyone's survival horror experience. Sleep, the one thing that was supposed to rest you, becomes something you need to recover from. And corporations notice. Within months of the technology going public, tech giants launch dream servers, premium platforms for shared sleeping experiences. Want to dream in 4K resolution inside a private tropical island. With your friends who live across the world, that will be $9.99 per month. If you stay on the free tier, the advertisements find you even here. Pop-up banners materialize in your sky. Sponsored NPCs wander through your dreamscape handing you coupons. Imagine fighting a dragon with your best friend. And a giant floating soda can suddenly appears between you, announcing, "This dream experience is brought to you by Refresh Company. Skip this ad." In 5 seconds, you cannot close the tab, you are asleep. And then come the hackers. They call themselves dream griefers, and they build nightmare viruses. Malicious code designed to jump from one sleeping mind to another, locking victims inside infinite looping dream mazes. Inescapable corridors. Rooms that stretch forever. Until you pay, the ransom note appears handwritten on the dream wall. Wake up. Only when you transfer the funds. Governments scramble to regulate it, but how do you police a human mind? How do you write laws for a space that exists entirely inside consciousness? Sleep. Once the most democratic experience on Earth, something every human being did for free, has now become a high-stakes digital battlefield. So here is the real question. Would multiplayer dreaming bring humanity closer together, or tear us apart at the deepest possible level? Think about it, the walls we build between ourselves. The polite masks, the careful words, the privacy of our own thoughts. Maybe those walls are not a sign of weakness, maybe they are a feature. The human mind needs a space that belongs only to itself, a room where fears can be processed without judgment, where memories can be sorted without an audience, where you can be completely, utterly yourself without consequence. Maybe the isolation of our dreams is not a flaw of human biology. Maybe it is the last sanctuary we have left. So tonight, when you turn off the lights and you close your eyes, be grateful. Be grateful that your dream is yours alone. Be grateful that no one else can walk through that door. Unless you open your eyes tonight and you see someone else standing in the corner of your dream, looking back at you. If this made you think, hit subscribe for more mind-bending What If